Welcome to this powerful meditation for healing generational emotional patterns and breaking the cycles that no longer serve you or future generations. I'm deeply honored you're here, choosing to be the one who transforms inherited wounds into wisdom and love. Let's begin by finding a position that feels both grounded and open for this sacred work. You might be sitting with your spine naturally upright, lying down feeling supported by the earth, or standing with your feet firmly rooted. Whatever helps you feel connected to both your strength and your compassion. If closing your eyes feels safe for this deeper work, please go ahead and do so. If it doesn't, you can simply soften your gaze and allow your attention to turn inward if that's in your practice today. You might place one hand on your heart and one on your belly, connecting to both your emotional center and your instinctual wisdom. Feel how you carry within you the strength of all who came before you, while also carrying the power to transform what needs healing. Take a moment to acknowledge the profound courage this work requires. Breaking generational patterns means standing in love for both your ancestors and your descendants. Healing with compassion rather than blame. Remember, you can pause, adjust, or modify anything we do. This healing happens at the pace of love, not force. Let's begin with some deep, honoring breaths. Breathe in whatever way feels most connected and grounding, allowing yourself to feel both your individual strength and your connection to the long line of souls who brought you here. As you breathe, let's approach your family patterns with deep understanding and compassion. I honor the struggles of those who came before me. Feel the reverence for their journey. I understand that they did their best with the tools they had. Breathe into that recognition. I see how survivor patterns become family patterns. Hold this with compassion, not judgment. I am both a product of my lineage and a conscious creator of new patterns. Feel the power in that duality. Inhale. Exhale. Your family's emotional patterns, the reactivity, the taking things personally, the approval seeking, these didn't develop in a vacuum. They were often survival strategies developed in times of real danger, real scarcity, real threats to safety and belonging. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps your ancestors faced persecution, poverty, war, or discrimination. Perhaps they lived in times when being highly attuned to others' reactions literally meant survival. The hypervigilance that feels overwhelming now may have once saved lives. Inhale. Exhale. With each breath, send gratitude to your ancestral line, not for the pain they may have passed down, but for the strength, the resilience, the love that allowed them to survive so that you could be here today. Feel yourself as part of a long chain of survivors and recognize that you have the opportunity to be the one who transforms survival into thriving. Inhale, exhale. Now we'll gently examine the specific emotional patterns you inherited while releasing what no longer serves your highest good or the good of future generations. If longer releasing exhales feel supportive, try that. If not, breathe naturally and trust your body's wisdom, breathing in awareness and choice, and releasing inherited reactivity. I acknowledge the pattern of taking everything personally that runs in my family. See it with clarity, not shame. Inhale, exhale. I release the inherited belief that love is conditional on performance. Breathe that old programming out. I let go of the generational pattern of approval seeking and people pleasing. Feel yourself breaking free from that exhausting cycle. Inhale, exhale. I am healing the ancestral wound of feeling unworthy unless proving worthiness. Let that deep healing begin. Inhale, exhale. If you will, imagine these inherited patterns as old clothes that no longer fit you. Perhaps they served your ancestors. Perhaps they once protected your family, but now they're restricting your growth and freedom. Deep breath. With each exhale, see yourself gently removing these inherited garments, the coat of reactivity, the shoes of people pleasing, the hat of taking everything personally. You're not throwing them away with anger or disgust. You're setting them aside with gratitude for how they once served, while choosing clothes that fit who you are becoming. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Picture these old patterns flowing out of your body like smoke, returning to the earth to be transformed. Seeing them leaving not just your physical form, but your emotional, mental, and energetic bodies as well. Inhale. Exhale. As you release these patterns, send love back through your family line, healing not just yourself, but offering healing energy to all who came before you and all who will come after you. Deep breath. Let's now consciously establish the new emotional patterns you want to create. Patterns of emotional sovereignty, healthy boundaries, and secure self-worth that can bless future generations. Breathe naturally as we plant these new seeds in the fertile ground of your healing. I establish the new pattern of emotional sovereignty in my family line. Feel this new energy taking root. I create a legacy of healthy boundaries and self-respect. Breathe life into this intention. I model authentic self-worth that doesn't depend on others' approval. Feel this becoming a part of your lineage. I break the cycle and begin a new one based on unconditional love. Let this transformation anchor deeply. Picture yourself as a gardener in the garden of your family tree. You're planting new seeds, seeds of emotional stability, seeds of healthy love, seeds of authentic connection, seeds of boundaries that protect without isolating. See these new patterns growing not just in your life, but sending healing energy backward through your lineage and forward to future generations. Your children, or the children you influence, will grow up seeing a different model. Someone who can receive feedback without falling apart, who can love others without losing themselves, who can be sensitive without being reactive. Imagine, if you will, future family gatherings where conversations flow with respect rather than reactivity. Picture family members who can disagree without taking things personally, who can support each other's growth rather than demanding compliance. Feel yourself becoming the ancestor that future generations will thank, the one who had the courage to break the painful patterns and establish new ones rooted in love, wisdom, and emotional freedom. This healing work ripples through time, touching the lives you may never meet, but whose freedom depends on your courage today. Inhale, exhale. Now let's integrate this generational healing work into your daily life, especially in your interactions with family members who may still be operating from the old patterns. Continue breathing in whatever way feels most supportive and grounding. I can love my family while not absorbing their emotional reactivity. Feel the freedom in that possibility. I respond to family dysfunction with compassion, not compliance. Breathe into that wisdom. I model new patterns through my presence, not through preaching or fixing. Feel the power in that approach. I protect my energy while keeping my heart open. Trust in that delicate balance. Inhale, exhale. If you will, imagine yourself at your next family gathering or difficult family conversation. See yourself staying centered in your own worth while others around you may be reactive, defensive, or stuck in old patterns. You're not trying to change them or fix them. You're not arguing with them about their patterns or trying to convince them to heal. You're simply embodying a different way of being. Calm where they're reactive, boundaried where they're enmeshed, secure where they're seeking approval. Inhale, exhale. Feel how your peaceful presence becomes a gift to the family system, not because you're perfect, but because you're no longer participating in the painful dance of reactivity and drama. See yourself responding to family criticism with curiosity instead of defensiveness, to family drama with compassion instead of engagement, to family pressure with kindness instead of compliance. This is how generational patterns change, not through force or argument, but through one person having the courage to embody a new way of being. Inhale, exhale. Take a moment to send a blessing forward to future generations, whether your own children, or children you influence, or simply the collection of children of the world. May you know your worth without needing to prove it. May you love without losing yourself. May you be free from the emotional patterns that once bound our family. May you inherit the strength and leave behind the wounds. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Feel this blessing flowing forward through time. Return to your natural breathing rhythm now. Let this truth anchor in your heart. I am the one who breaks the cycle and begins a new legacy of emotional freedom. Take 3 deep, transformational breaths. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes and slowly return your attention to your surroundings. Move forward as someone who carries the best of your lineage while creating something entirely new. As you continue with this sacred work of generational healing, remember that this transformation takes time and patience. You may sometimes catch yourself falling back into old family patterns. This is normal and doesn't mean you're failing. Each time you choose differently, you're strengthening the new neural pathways and energetic patterns. This meditation is here to support you whenever you need to reconnect with your role as a generational healer and pattern breaker. The work you're doing matters not just for you, but for all the lives your healing will touch. From my heart to yours, I hope this meditation supports you in this profound work of transformation. May it remind you that you have the power to heal not just your own wounds, but to transform the legacy you leave behind. You are not just healing yourself. You are healing your family line and blessing future generations with your courage. This meditation complements my video when your family takes everything personally too. Together, they give you both the understanding of how family patterns work and the deep healing energy needed to transform them. You can find the link to the video in the description below. Until next time, keep flowing in serenity.